Greetings. It's Mystic here from Mystic Moons. Well, we're going to take a trip. If anybody joins, that would be fabulous. I found out some new information about the eclipse. Less than a week from now, we thought we'd like to do a read how this eclipse will affect us. I mean, we did a read yesterday, but it didn't seem to go. It didn't hit all the topics. It didn't strike something important, which I found out today. Why? And it's even weirder, too. It's even weirder than I thought. I mean, before I thought just some kind of archaic part of our bodies were reacting to the eclipse, right? No. And why was these governors in the path of the eclipse, I think it's Kentucky, Illinois, and Texas, some parts of Texas were declaring a national emergency. I thought that was nothing weird. That's very weird. Why? I mean, I felt like we were back there with Neanderthals. However, not really, of course, but I just thought it was, well, that too, which I didn't really share. That's part of it too. However, so often we are just being like spectators in our own life, right? I mean, spectators. People make decisions, and we're just there like, oh, okay. However, we have the right to know some details, of which you have to really hunt for the details. You have to really, really hunt. And then it's surprising. It's very surprising what can be had in the details. Yes, it's amazing what they have. Well, now, here is the interesting part. It's not just the eclipse, all the planets, Earth, the moon, and the sun being in a straight line, in alignment. No. There's more to it. There's a certain, and you can imagine, we went through the whole thing yesterday, of like, taking your palm and putting it over a stove that's on, a burner, right? You're obviously going to feel something if you slowly go over it in a close proximity, right? As opposed to waving your hand X amount of feet away from it, a little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Now, if you think about that idea, and then you put like a stack of pancakes on it, right? Different bodies in front of it, one on top of the other. Then you have another type of reaction, something natural. So, what type of reaction? Good question. And just everyone is connected to the sun. We're on this planet, right? Yes. We're all connected to the sun. So sun movements are innately our movements. When the sun goes down, we have more of a desire to sleep and to rest. When the sun is out, we get busier, etc. However, how does the eclipse affect our happiness when it's enhanced by artificial artificial elements? How does that make our how does that make us feel? Does it make us anxious knowing this? I mean, and it's an experiment that's going on with the eclipse. That's the whole that's the whole thing. It's an experiment. The eclipse is one experiment. That's why it's made. We're having a state of emergency in certain states, in certain areas, where we're told the communication can go off. It's going to interrupt this and that because this is an experiment. There isn't a huge element of not knowing. Do you really think NASA will tell you what's going to happen when they throw off the rockets into the planets, into the sun? Are they really going to say anything? And of course, the felines are at it again. Yes, they're very psychic. They know something's up. They know something is up. And what could that be? All right, now here's the skinny of the whole thing. Basically, you have the sun and the moon and the earth in alignment. Now, the moment that it's in alignment is when the sun is blackened by the moon to us on earth, correct? All right. Now, at that same time, they're going to be firing up CERN. CERN is an experiment that's been going on for years. However, it's now quite elaborate and they have quite a lot of funding. And they are looking for the God particle. They're there to investigate dark matter, which is most of the universe is dark matter because something or someone or something, same thing, some beings plural, do not want us to have narrow vision. Perhaps because we're so barbaric, we kill each other all the time and we're prone to violent reactions. Who knows? We can just speculate. Now, the whole point of this is CERN is taking, after 2 years hiatus, quiet. They waited for this particular day, the day of the eclipse, to fire that collider off. 17 miles long it is, 300 feet down. Now, what they're doing basically is fusing protons, which are light molecules, light substances. Light. Protons are light. No, excuse me, not protons. Excuse me, photons. Excuse me. I was thinking of something else. Okay, they're photons. It's going to be an explosion of photons, which are light. Particles of light in search of the God particle, which hasn't been discovered or it's been hinted upon. And the way that they've gotten this is going through all ancient Egyptian theories as well as other ancient civilizations. In fact, CERN is very dedicated to the god Shiva. the god of death. All right. And war. Now they're taking this, okay, CERN, this device, and they're going to be firing it up. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the eclipse. Now here we have the sun, the moon, and the earth in alignment. The point is, how does that affect us? You say, oh, it's pretty, it's pretty, it's pretty. No. It's our gravitational pull. We do know the moon has a gravitational pull on the earth, and vice versa. And the sun as well. The sun is shooting out rays and things. Anyway, there's a certain kind of frequency, a certain type of density when they pass in front of each other, which is why NASA is gang ho in firing off 3 rockets at that moment in hopes of affecting the gravitational pull of it all. And that's probably a culmination of the fact you can look at all these things up. The fact that we have all these elements. We have NASA. Let's do it again. Let's see. All right, we'll take 3 cards. Let me get some. All right, 3 cards. Now, the fact that we have CERN, which is the explosion of light particles, looking for dark matter. At the same time, we have the sun, the moon, and the earth in alignment. All right, which means the gravity feels different, the gravitational pull, and that's why NASA is firing off rockets, 3 rockets, to affect at that particular moment. Now, that is a Herculean feat, right? We have the 10 of Wands. And then we have the egotistical self-involvement. I could explain any of these organizations, considering how the whole goal is to find the multiverse. There are multi-universes in one, and a time thing. It's one way of living in this dimension, another way of living in another dimension. This is all science fiction to the masses, to us, but there is some serious cash and serious people that are doing this. And they have invested lots of money into this project. And here we have the 9. We have the 9 of Cups, which is meaning everything is set to go. Okay, so now it was a big deal putting this together, and it was a small group of people, different groups, but they all had the same goal in mind. Let's explore the fact of the multiverse. The multiverse, not the universe, the multiverse. You can go check that out too. The multiverse. And it's all set. That's why we have the state of emergency, because it has other factors besides the usual. How many times have we seen eclipses, right? Over and over and over and over again. It's a normal occurrence. No. But this is the first time it's been enhanced with NASA and CERN. Now, CERN is the European Nuclear Research Team. Now, they're not fueling this experiment, this combustion with gasoline or electricity. No. With nuclear expulsion. So, let's see now. What are we? It's a struggle. All right, one here and one here. Now, more of this struggle. Now we have here the King of Wands and the High Priestess. It's very anticipated. It could also be. It could also be. I mean, it is the event. There's a lot of pressure involved, and a lot of money is riding on this, and of course, a lot of theory, which is not being discussed. A lot of theory. What they don't know what's going to happen, but it's excitement. This is excitement, more excitement than the NFL or a new movie or a new production or a new poem. No, this is excitement affecting all the geological and extra astrological events. And of course, there is that devil's comet that's like zooming past everything too. So we have all these things. And it's a little bit of note when we talk about the egotistical nature of the different societies involved. We also have the Vatican involved, Vatican scientists, who also are exploring the multiverse. And that's all these are, you can document it, you can look it up. So, in fact, like CERN and the Vatican are very like this when it comes to sharing information and equipment and people. All right, let's see now. Here we are. Blow up. Now, what kind of tower is this? Now, I would assume that like the societies are mindful that they could be opening up the gates of hell, and you can have like something happen, something, and they're prepared. However, they don't know what it is. Hence, we have the hangman. Now, I mean, at risk of danger, the risk of what if, what if something happened? That's too exciting, much too exciting, much too exciting. That is so exciting. They can hardly like keep it together. All right, now, okay. Now we have given 4 of Cups. Yes, 4 of Cups. What's today? Today is first, the 4th. Oh, 4 more days. 4 more days to wait. Right? The 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th. 4 more days. I'll take the 4 of Cups. Anticipation of the days. All right, now. And here. This is an experiment by this probably represents establishments, governments, certain bodies, legislative bodies, non-legislative bodies, world bodies. In fact, if you even thought about it, you can see the World Economic Forum, which has the eclipse. I mean, everybody's kinked on the eclipse. This is something they've been like having dry mouth over. I mean, if the eclipse was really long, they probably could have like something burrow in their mouths because they'd be gaping. They would be gaping so hard at it. But again, now keep in mind, now this just isn't the eclipse. And how will this affect us? How will this affect us? Humans, people, how will this affect us? Now, how will this affect us? We have the Crown of Wands. Corresponds to the King of Wands. I could say that maybe it's not even an issue. It's not even an issue. Who cares? It's it's an experiment. It's an experiment, and we're going to have fun with it. We have here, the Crown, which is the King of Wands. It's the ultimate utmost excitement. Now let's look at these egotistical members of pushing the buttons. It's all about the experiment, the excitement. Let's draw a card on that. Let's draw a card on that one. All right. Now, here we have the Seven of Swords. Well, at least we have some action on this one. Seven of Swords. Well, they do expect something to happen. Something is supposed to happen. What is it? What is it? What is this happening? The Ace of Swords. The Seven of Swords. It's the probability factor is so great that it's just the probability of what will happen far exceeds any type of safety requirement. And they expect something to happen. And will it happen? Maybe our communication will definitely we'll be having certain blackouts. I could say perhaps communication will be toned down. What else? Communication will be something with the communication. Communication is an opportunity to test. Something must be great. It's to test how much energy level and the gravitational pull. What? The devil. The devil. The devil. Let's see. The devil card. This is purely human manipulation. Not everybody's manipulation, but a few people who don't feel that they have to give any explanation to anyone else. And here we have the Keeper of Vessels. Something is going to happen on the 8th, and it's going to give us a bit of, they will find something. They'll be knocking on a door, and it might not exactly open, but it could be open just enough to give us a feeling of fright. Let's see. A feeling of fright. We have the 8 of Coins and the 5 of Vessels. The Five of Vessels. Well, let's examine this a bit more. This is the root of it all. This is the root of it. Now, we have here the Crown of Wands. It's this burden that is putting this all together, waiting for the eclipse, waiting for the gravitational pull, putting everybody together, the scientists. And we have the Five of Wands. Cards that fell down. Pick them up. Excuse me. Let's see now. All right. Hmm. Now, we have here an interesting situation. We have an interesting situation. Five of Wands. A lot of dispute, a lot of mixed results, a lot of fighting, a lot of egotistical people clashing. Very temperamental place. Very, very. I mean, it's not every day you have a group of people that want to get together and decide, let's find out let's find the God particle. Let's find black matter, dark matter. Let's find what we can't see. Of course, this is right in the same vein as what did you say? Chemtrails. Same thing. Did anybody ask us? Do we want to have like zip, 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 tic tac toe in our skies? No. And did anyone even offer an explanation? No. In fact, now they use the word freely after it's been like 20 years or so. Now we have the Crown of Vessels. The Crown of Vessels. We have opposing people. We have a lot of not chaos. A lot of we have disturbing elements. Disturbing elements that most of the information will be kept quiet on a need-to-know basis, except for the obvious things that can happen. Let us just seal off this complete feeling here with one more of this deck. Let's see now. Let's take this one. This one here. Let's shuffle, give it a good shuffle. And then we can read the entire picture. Let's see, that one. What? Let's see now. How is this going to affect our happiness? All right. Because that's what the question was. How will this eclipse enhance with CERN and NASA, three rockets, and turning on the CERN experiment again, the explosions that they expect to have 300 feet down, 17 miles long. All right, let's see. We have the Six of Pentacles, meaning it's probably a shared event. It's not just going to be in one place. And we have Six of Cups. It's not going to be in one place. It's going to be in a few places. And we have the Ace of Swords. Again, the whole thing is to tell a message. We are definitely this experiment of those two things in connection with the eclipse. I would expect something to happen. At that moment, I'm not sure. Because as the gravitational pull, it has its own speed and its own effect within all the molecules of the Earth, the atmosphere. You can't expect, it's not going to be like lightning per se, but we will definitely something will be opened. Something will be open. Something will give us trauma. Shall we have earthquakes? We could. We could. We could. Because when you affect, what is an earthquake anyway? An earthquake is a change of gravity. Gravity. Either the effect on the area, and it's complicated, but essentially it's a movement. And gravity is a movement. It is constantly in motion, which is why we do not really pay attention to it that much. I mean, we walk upright, and as we age, we tend to feel heavier. Heavier. Why is that? Maybe because we learn more things. All right, so I would say, yes, we're going to have a strong, I expect something, and I don't expect the world to end. No. I don't expect the world to end. And I would expect that this would be a normal eclipse. But with the fact that we have CERN and we have NASA pushing those rockets, CERN activating itself after 2 years, I expect that we're going to experience a change. We're going to experience something that's going to have us watching and looking up. And there isn't, I need to do more reads about this effect, but something is going to be affecting numerous people, and it's going to be mouthed as a good thing. However, that's questionable. That's questionable. Because maybe for a second it feels good, but I don't think so. I think that there's going to be a series of effects. I would say a series of effects. That's the most I can say right now. Well, that's my read on the eclipse. Packed with NASA and CERN. And will they find the God part, the multiverse? Will they impact our gravity with all that experimentation without any? Do you mind, humans, fellow people, fellow humans? Do you mind if we do this? Do we shoot up into the eclipse with our rockets and our grandiose exploration and our boredom? Hmm. It makes it a very, very. They don't even know what's going to happen. They have no idea. This is an experiment, and that in itself is wait and see, wait and see. However, I do think we will lose our communication in certain areas, and who knows? They could be drawing the communication for something else. But the point we have to realize is why are they issuing this state of emergency in the United States over this eclipse? Which, I mean, it could be just a dry run to have lockdown again, as they did in COVID. It could be. It could be. I mean, once you get something, it's kind of, you get it can become habit forming, and that in itself, if they can make hysteria enough, I mean, emotions aren't set for things to happen. The only question is it going to happen right away, or is it going to happen a couple weeks later? That's the question. That's the question we'll have to ask. All right, so well, if you're watching this and you also have speculation about the eclipse and how it's going to affect your happiness, because I mean, it's our security. The sun is ours. The sun belongs to all of us, not just a few. And when people play around with the earth atmosphere, earth this, earth that, we don't even know what these creatures who are playing around with them really are. And we have the right to have more information. We have the right. Instead of talking about useless things that maybe affect only one or two people, this is something that affects all of us. And even those who are running this experiment, we all share sun, the sun, the sun, and the moon, and the planet. And we have to keep our senses about us, no matter what information is tweaked to us. It won't be the entirety. That you can keep in mind. It won't be the entirety. And think of the reasoning behind whatever information is leaked to us. But there is the base of it, the base of the info is rather striking in terms of like mine is striking. Something that is not exactly fun, is not exactly pleasant. And it's a definite manipulation, of something that belongs to all of us, not just a few. So we'll see again because it is 4 more days, and we'll have to just carry on. So if I have no one who wants a love reading at this time, well, you're welcome to. I'll come back again, and we'll have just love readings for people who want to have a love reading. Maybe I'll have a little one or two cards, and we'll just go. We'll find out if we'll find out that we are not alone, and who else is going to be there for us. All right. So thank you very much, and if you like this, thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe, thank you for my subscribers who are trying to go on this journey, trying to go on this journey all together to try to figure out just how our energies are being used, dispersed, our heartbeats, our wishes. So to my subscribers, thank you very much. And to those who would like to subscribe, please do. I mean, we're just finding out our place in the universe. And we are powerful light beings, all of us. And for those who care to donate to the collective community, I would appreciate that. And you could go to the description, uh, Mystic Galaxy Moons at Buy Me a Coffee. No, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can drop me an email at mysticgalaxymoons@gmail.com. And it's all appreciated. If you have any questions, I'm sure you do. And when you think about it, just think about it, that it is just 3 agencies, a lot of money throwing out universal happenings. The universe, it belongs to all of us, not one group of people. And this could be the chance that other beings, other experiments, other things could happen in our atmosphere. It could be a little unnerving, and we have to find out just what is all this stuff. We will find out, but let us at least be prepared. Remember, have your food, have your water, and be sharp, be aware. All right? I'll speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.